Hi guys, this is VINEET Pandey. It's the beautiful surrounding of Lansdowne. We are actually here for a kind of relaxation time because sometimes even we have the stresses. So I was just thinking that having the beautiful scenario surrounding what should be the topic I am going to talk about. So I went for certain romantic writers. I thought about them like with Wordsworth, 1770 born, father of nature poetry. Then I had an option of John Keats, 1795 born. Then I thought, why should I go for these writers if I have somebody who takes nature from two point of views, like the creator and the destroyer. Yes, friends, I'm talking about P.B. Shelley, Percy Bysshe Shelley, one of the most revolutionary poet, one of the most musical poet, and one of the most controversial character. You'll be thinking why I'm calling him controversial. First thing, Shelley was in various affairs, and he was like, he would be in an affair with a lady, and then he would ditch the lady saying that you do not meet my intellectual standard. One of the girl of 16 years, Harriet Westbrook, she committed suicide because Shelley left her and she died heartbroken. So the concept is that in search of intellectuality, you must not play with emotions and heart and all those things. But Shelley was of the view that he has high standards, his intellectual level is much better than others, and he needs something better. So finally, he got married to this lady, Mary Shelley, actually the daughter of Mary Wollstonecraft and William Godwin. William Godwin himself was a political person, a writer. His famous works are Political Justice, Caleb Williams. But if we talk about Shelley's mother-in-law, they talk about Wollstonecraft. She is famously called Hyena in Petticoat. Make sure you write it. She is famously called Hyena in Petticoat, and she is the one who has talked about vindication of the rights of women in 1792. Well, as I'm talking about Shelley, I should not talk about this lady, but yes, being a teacher, I must tell you something very important about this lady. This lady was also known for her immoral characters, various open relationships, and moreover, you have to simply remember this thing that people say that she is grandmother of feminism. No doubt she is, but not because of just one book. She has written some other books like Maria, subtitled The Wrongs of Women. It was a question of net. And one more book, in 1789, she wrote Education for Daughters. So there are certain other books, and it's not not only about the vindication of the rights of women. Remember, she also wrote Rights of Man. Now, I'm taking a pause. Why? Because you will say, no, sir, Rights of Man is written by Thomas Paine. Yes, but Wollstonecraft wrote Rights of Man first, then Thomas Paine wrote Rights of Man to reply Wollstonecraft, and then second work was replied by Wollstonecraft once again with the name Vindication of the Rights of Women. Now, let's switch back to P.B. Shelley. We know he has written a lot and he is really famous for a lot of great works, but Shelley became one of the first English writer to use terza rima in his poetry. Yes, friends, terza rima, which was invented by Dante, is one of the best style. It has a rhyme scheme of A, B, A, B, C, B, C, D, C. So now you remember this thing? This was also a question that in which poetry, in which work we have terza rima. Now, P.B. Shelley's Ode to West Wind. Talking about the west wind, talking about the power of west wind, he says it is creator, it is destroyer, it scatters the cloud when it blows, it takes the dead leaves away, and it also makes the waves take up bigger shape. Means he has talked about the influence of west wind on three things: cloud, leaf, and a wave. So talking about the power of nature, that it can equally destroy things, it carries seeds and plants, and it moreover removes the deadness. He switches to the subjective note, personal note, and he says, oh, lift me as a wave, a leaf, a cloud. I have fallen upon the thorns of life, I bleed. Then he says, a heavy weight of ours had chained and bored, once too like thee, tameless, swift, and proud. He says, take me away, I'm depressed. Oh, lift me, means take me away. He's an escapist. Lift me like a wave, a leaf, a cloud. So three references. Then he says, I have fallen upon the thorns of life. Like the thorns of life means the problems of life. I have fallen upon those things and I'm suffering, I'm bleeding. And he says, a heavy weight of ours means responsibilities, time, relationships and all. A heavy weight has bound and chained. मुझे बांध रखा है and I am chained, I'm locked. And once too like thee, I was like you. Tameless, uncontrolled, swift means fast, and proud means elegant. So that's how he says that you must take me away. And then he switches to the last famous phrase, which is, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? Friends, this is VINEET Pandey from Lansdowne. Wherever I go, I always remember to relate literature with life. If you think that there is someone who can just switch the camera on and can narrate anything, then you must share this video with people. Tell them that it's